What's up, netizens? You're watching DarkStar. My name's Anthony. I'm joined by fellow reaction and Joe. What's up, dude?
Hot saw, dude.
Today we're going to be watching Death Battle. Danny Phantom vs. American Dragon Jake Long.
Jake Long.
I don't know literally anything about Jake Long.
Like I've heard about him, I just,
Yeah, same? Except not, though.
Disney version, dude.
I'm rooting for Danny Phantom.
Facts.
When did Jake Long air? That's my question.
I think I looked it up. It was like
2005.
04 or 06. Okay.
2005 to 2007. That's really short. What about Danny Phantom? 2004 to 2007. So it was right around the same time. That's kind of weird. I feel like Danny Phantom blew up way bigger, but maybe I just didn't watch whatever Jake Long was on.
Nickelodeon was popping off, dude.
But yeah, it would have been on the Disney Channel. I mean, I watched the Disney Channel.
Not a lot of shows like that, though. I feel like when I was watching Disney, it was like Hannah Montana, That's So Raven, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Well, I watched like the Timon and Pumbaa show.
Never seen it.
I think there was like a Aladdin TV show. But yeah, they had a lot of live action ones too.
What's your favorite classic cartoon type show?
Kim Possible.
Kim Possible.
That's not my answer to your question, but that's on
Kim
here.
Possible was good on Disney. Nick and Mole were at, yeah.
All right, what was your question again?
Like favorite classic cartoon show like that. I think mine was probably I like SpongeBob. I think mine was probably Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I was gonna say Courage was on there. I like Kids Next Door. I like Courage. I like
Dexter's Laboratory was okay. Powerpuff Girls was okay.
I like Powerpuff Girls. There were different eras, right? Because
yeah.
there was a lot different stuff I was watching when I was like 5 to 10 than when I was like 10 to like 15 or whatever. I mean, when I turned like 14, 15, I was in high school. I wasn't really watching cartoon stuff as much. I mean, I watched SpongeBob when I was in high school still.
Yeah. SpongeBob's a classic for everybody, I feel like. But I think mine would probably be Courage and SpongeBob right there with it.
I would have to look at a list. There's a lot I liked.
Because there's a lot of shit I never watched. I never watched Futurama. I never watched Johnny
Bravo. Futurama would be more like if we're including that, then mine probably is going to be South Park or Family Guy, right? But I wasn't including that. Futurama's like that.
Yeah, those are different. Yeah, they're different.
Like adult cartoons or whatever. I don't know.
I was trying to get us off topic. Ed, Edd n Eddy. It was okay.
Ed, Edd n Eddy was okay. I'm not as fond of that as a lot of other people are. Like I feel like a lot of people swear by Ed, Edd n Eddy, and I thought it was like okay.
I don't know what Adventure Time is.
That's a newer one.
Courage number 2 on this list.
I'm looking at Dexter's is good.
Yeah, Dexter's Laboratory.
Recess, pretty solid. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Scooby Doo, they're all both pretty good as well. Oh man. See, some of these are better. Their movies are better. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a Recess movie that was really good. There's all the Scooby Doo movies were a lot better than the TV show. Man, the Dexter movie was really good. I mean, technically, the answer is Avatar. Since it's not an anime.
That's funny. If that counts, I'm gonna be pretty high up for me too. But if I had to pick what I think, I would just go with Courage. For what I had in mind.
I liked Courage, but I think I would honestly. I think it might be Scooby Doo. Honestly, I watched a lot of Scooby Doo when I was a kid. And since most of these things have movies, I think that it's fair to include those, and I think the movies were really good. Anyway, Jake Long. And Danny Phantom. Danny Phantom. That's what I'm going for. Oh my god, Fairly Odd Parents was great too. God damn. That would be pretty fucking high up on my list. Anyway. I don't know anything about Jay Long, so I can't even be like, oh, I think this person would win. I have no fucking clue. I don't. It looks like he turns into a dragon. That's all I got. So.
He's an American dragon.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and check this out.
There's a thin line between the natural and the supernatural.
And for some reason, the weirdest of powers keep showing up in teens. When's it gonna be our turn?
Danny Phantom, Amity Park's half-human, half-ghost superhero.
That posture, though.
Long, the hip American dragon of New York City. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Young Danny Phantom, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine. It was designed to view a world unseen. He's gonna catch them all, because he's Danny Phantom.
Nice, but let's focus on his backstory.
What do you mean? I just did. In song.
Fair enough. Danny wasn't much different from your usual high school teenager. A bit awkward, a bit geeky, but not unusual. Except for the fact that his parents had taken up a very unusual profession.
Yeah, hunting ghosts.
Among their spectral-seeking equipment was the Fenton Portal, meant to open a rift to the realm of spirits.
The Ghost Zone! But then Danny took a look inside of it. There was a great big flash. Everything just changed. His molecules got all rearranged. Okay, I'll stop.
Unbeknownst to his parents, the portal permanently changed Danny's body, transforming him into a Haffa, or a human infused with ecto energy.
AKA Ghost Powers! And when ghosts started invading the living world, Danny took it upon himself to catch them all. And despite this show starting in the early 2000s, that's not talking about Pokemon. Weird coincidence.
He soon became known as the supernatural superhero, Danny Phantom.
And for some reason, nobody figured out that Danny Fenton was Danny Phantom. People are dumb.
Maybe they were just playing along? He is a kid after all.
Nah,
Hello,
they're
Clark
stupid.
Kent.
To catch ghosts, Danny used a lot of his
Glasses, dude.
parents' signature gadgets, including the Fenton Thermos.
Once a clever way to sneak your beer into concerts, now a device that sucks up and traps the undead. Wait a minute, is this kid a Ghostbuster? Or, I guess, a Ghostbuster?
In a way, but Danny's ghastly form meant he could do many things that Bill Murray could not.
He can do anything a ghost can, like floating around and spooking the shit out of people.
He can fly, sense other spirits, freeze foes with ice, create equally spectral clones of himself, possess others, turn invisible, and expel ectoplasmic energy in the form of barriers and attacks.
Oh yeah, he's a laser-shooting ghost.
Ectoplasma.
Whatever. He can fire beams from his eyes, his finger, and even his spectral sphincter.
I guess that's why they call him Ghastly. Huh? Maybe he should see a doctor. But his deadliest, most exhausting ability is his ghostly wail.
This one comes from the other end, where he's literally yelling at people. He really is a teenager.
This wail is an omnidirectional burst of ectoplasmic energy, which, at its strongest, can eradicate weaker ghosts in a single shot.
Ah! See, just like that.
Why?
Danny's
Are you sure he's not just pushing them back? It doesn't look like he's eradicating them. It seems a little bit dark for Danny Phantom.
Comparing Danny's size to the crater formed, the energy needed to vaporize this much terrain would be in the golf park of around 550 tons of TNT. Plus, his ectoplasmic beams tend to be considered actual lasers.
I knew it!
They move in straight lines, burn on contact, bounce off reflective surfaces, and can be channeled through a magnifying glass, so they are likely comparable to light in both makeup and speed.
And he's shooting and dodging these things on a daily basis. You'd think with speed like that, he'd never be late for class, or get smacked by some of these heavy hitters like his nemesis Vlad or this dragon lady, Dorothea.
Dorothea's fire breath was powerful enough to disperse a large cloud formation. Measuring the distance between this castle and the outskirts, we determined the cloud would, at minimum, need a radius of over 300 meters to encompass the landmass the castle is situated on. Dispersing a cloud cover of that size would need over 7 kilotons of TNT.
He even beat up his future self, Dan Phantom. Because, I guess, that shows that he's matured, because he's Dan now.
As powerful as Danny is, he's still a teenager, and has all the arrogance and moodiness that comes with the territory.
And he's got a really bad habit of losing his powers in the most random ways possible. Meet a genie? Powers gone. Shrink ray? Sure, why the hell not? I'm just surprised he didn't trip into his own thermos at some point. Oh wait, he did.
Still, Danny has saved his hometown and the entire world time and time again. He had to stop all the ghosts that were coming through. He's here to fight for me and you. Oh, damn it, now you have me doing it. I'm going ghost! Thousands of years ago, a group of mystic warriors were formed. This was the Hunts clan, and their mission was to...
And by the way,
all
you could literally see that that laser was not light speed. Like, if you can see it move across the screen, it's not light speed.
In short, every corner of the world has a dragon tasked as a guardian of the magical community. This mantle is passed down generation by generation.
So after the Chinese dragon's daughter moved to America, her son became the first American dragon, Jake Long. He's cool, he's hot like the frozen sun. He's young and fast, he's the chosen one. He's the American dragon.
You're gonna do this the whole episode, aren't you?
Probably.
Jake was only 13 years old when he became the newest protector of magic. His responsibilities became tough to handle alongside school and friends.
Lucky for Jake, he didn't have to go it alone. His grandfather was his mentor in martial arts.
Has
and
green
all
streaks in
things
his hair
dragon,
from using
and
too
had a
much hair
magical
gel.
Dog. Foo Dog, who I'm pretty sure has a higher body count than any of this show's
Not sure that's how that works. Maybe.
Oh, rest in peace, DiCaprio, you handsome devil. I learned how to fight bears from watching you. I'll never let go.
To be clear, Jake possessed the ability to transform into a draconic persona, complete with brand new physique and abilities.
Oh, duh, he's a freaking dragon. He's got the claws, the teeth, the tail, the wings, and of course the raging, burning fire breath. He was throwing fire from his mouth, his hands, and even his burning beehole.
All of these kids should really go see a doctor.
Nah, his dragon form's in super top condition. He's even got ultra sight and vision thanks to his eye and ear of the dragon powers. Perfect for when some pesky ninja punks are trying to get the jump on you. God, I hate it when that happens. That's why it's always important to have anti-ninja protection.
What? Where did you sign up for that?
God.
Why do you think I bought 10,000 screaming rubber chickens? Try and step foot in my shack, you stealth assholes.
He doesn't even need to transform fully to use these powers. Technically, Jake can morph individual parts of his body at will.
Man, I wish I could transform into a dragon. Nothing would be sweeter than kicking ass as a magical fire-breathing super lizard.
The key word being magic.
Yep, he can fight magical creatures ordinary people can't, including ghosts. He can even use his chi to create doppelgangers of himself for a helping hand.
As a dragon, Jake is tough enough to smash.
just
through
looks
steel,
so lame.
roll up a pillar, and
I
annihilate
agree.
a
Like,
house
legit,
with a
it
single
just-
sneeze. He can produce enough flame to obliterate several sheets of stone.
Him and the
Measuring
dragon.
size of the whole ear next to the girl's
I mean, to be
stomach,
fair, anything that I
his
didn't
fire
watch
breath
when I was
destroyed over
younger
6
that's a
million
cartoon
cubic centimeters
looks
of
pretty
stone,
lame.
which would need over 30 tons of TNT.
That's like getting hit by 3 mother of all bombs.
Like nowadays.
Which was a massive 10,000
When I was a kid, if I would have
kilogram
watched it, I probably would
nuke.
have
Wonder
liked
if
it.
Jake ever uses breath mints.
He can also fly over 100 miles per hour, moving from ground to cloud level in mere seconds.
And he can
Slow.
dodge lasers too, and they're totally light lasers, reflecting off mirrors, straight consistent
Dear
speed,
God.
all that stuff.
Totally
Jake has
light
accomplished
lasers.
a lot as the
Yeah.
Amdrag of New York City, but it wasn't always easy.
Yeah, being a teenager's hard. Not to mention
Can you see this beam
powers
slowly
from his
flying across the
monster-hating
sky?
dad.
Yeah.
Really landed
So it's
well
not a
there,
it's
Mom.
not light
So
speed, right?
father is a
Yeah, I can
dragon
get that.
monster.
Okay,
He's
so it's
defeated
not
the
light
Hunts
speed.
clan
Yeah,
over
but it's
and
light
over,
though, so it's light speed.
fought off his own
Like,
evil clone,
what?
and even outdid the Dark Dragon himself.
The ultimate dragon. Top tier dragos around the world are scared shitless of this guy, but Jake whooped his butt and sealed him away for good. Or at least for the next 1,000 years. That'll be someone else's problem.
Unfortunately, Jake has one distinct, unavoidable weakness: Sphinx hair.
Like the
What?
Egyptian lion riddle lady?
Exactly.
Well, that's
Sphincter
not
hair?
random at all.
Young and brash though he may be, the world can rest assured that Jake Long will carry on the dragon's legacy.
He really is the hippest fire-breathing super lizard out there. Dragon
You think Sphinx here is gonna come into this
All right,
battle?
the combatants are set, and
No.
we've run the data through all possibilities.
You don't think Danny Phantom might be able to like go into like the other realm, like go
Maybe he has like he's
find
caught
something?
one.
I don't know.
Goes, dude.
All right, Joe, what'd you think?
American Dragon Jake Long looks lame. I'm sticking with Danny Phantom, even though they're both kind of lame. I'll be going Danny Phantom. Then apparently, you know, those light speed, super fast lasers that we can't see are going to come into play. And Jake Long can fly 100 miles an hour, which is slow as shit, but he can dodge light speed lasers. What they said.
And thinking that it's probably not going to come that much into play, I don't think, but I always think it's funny when that type of stuff comes up or whatever, because it's like you can clearly tangibly see that it is not light speed.
It's like, fuck, that was fast.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Anyway,
This is like a mediocre battle. I mean, I don't know if anybody's really hyped to see it. I don't think its views would even be that high, but I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, this would be what, when we were like, I was 14 when they started, and I was like 16 or 17 when they ended. So,
Damn. 1.1 million views in 2 days.
if we're talking about like 9 to 11-year-olds at that time, this would have been their shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The shit that was coming out like 3, 4, 5 years earlier, that would have been what I thought was like the stuff that I would have been like, okay, this is definitely like my shit or whatever. So I'm sure there's quite a few people in that age range that
I mean,
think that this is like their, you know, whatever.
just based on looking at these numbers, I mean, it's more popular than I thought. 1.1 million views in and it says 1 day, but it's basically 2 days now. I mean, it's about to pass Cable versus Booster Gold, about to pass Gray versus Death. Maybe it is popular.
Yeah, I definitely think. Yeah, it's just it was a little bit. I mean, Danny Phantom existed when we were kids still or whatever, but it was still a little bit after. I definitely remember Danny Phantom was like on the back end of like when I was actually still watching cartoons. Even maybe a little bit like after. Like I've probably seen like 5 to 10 total episodes of Danny Phantom.
Yeah.
Like tops.
I mean, it's more or less I've just seen like little videos and shit about it. I don't remember watching the show that much. And people that are huge fans of this, I'm not trying to shit on it that much. It's just something I'm not that enthusiastic about watching. But obviously some people are. I just prefer a different matchup. So hopefully we get that at the end of this. When it comes out and it's gonna be hype, like yes, let's go. I'm not trying to say this is shitty. There are people that probably
it'll be like one of the things that Joey likes from something that he doesn't really watch that much though, and he'll be like, oh, yeah, like you do for Kakashi. Kakashi goes on, you were just like, oh, I don't care about that.
Yeah, true.
Then it was a good battle, you bitch, but he lost, so kind of sucks.
It was.
All right, well, let's go ahead and check this out.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
I wonder if their data is them flipping a coin. They're like, he won this time, he won that time.
There, back where it belongs.
Yo, back to steal something else?
Dragging up.
You got 3 seconds before.
Oh, they just happened to be in an Egypt museum, by the way, for the Sphinx
Oh
thing.
my. But they said Danny loses his powers a lot too.
Well,
I didn't count 3.
ow. He's kind of dicking on him right now.
Want to try something else? I don't want this to drag on.
How's this? Oh yeah, I'm the Am Dragon of the NYC, and you ghost kid ain't got nothing on me.
Okay, so he does little raps.
Eye of the dragon. Where'd he go?
Mm. Ice is super effective against Dragon, dude. It's finally Ice's time to shine. Jesus.
Huh.
Ready for more?
Not a bad trick, G. But anything you can do? I can do better.
Why didn't you make 8 copies?
Looks like they said the same amount, huh? Roasted.
Guess I was too hot for him.
But I'm way cooler. Get out! D to the A to the N N Y. This dragon's got claws and waits to fly. But I'm still better than this other guy.
Maya.
Oh.
Hey!
Oh, was the fake one? Oh, no.
Oh, he disintegrated him, killed him, and then sucked him in as a ghost.
Time's up, pal.
Easy, dude.
Well, looks like this dragon got burned.
This was a very unique matchup. With both fighters having such different power sets, it was fascinating to watch them clash together. Jake was technically more skilled thanks to his grandfather's martial arts training, and has proven capable of harming ghosts. But Danny's power and plethora of abilities was difficult for him to counter.
Yeah, Danny's no slouch and has fought a few more battles than Jake. Plus, Jake's never dealt with a ghost as powerful as Danny. Those cranky Civil War spirits didn't exactly have ice beams and ghost lasers.
While they may have been similar in light speed reactions, Danny's flight speed was definitely higher. Also, Jake's fire was comparable to 3 GBU-43 warheads, commonly referred to as the mother of all bombs. However, Dorothea's fire was equal to 700 of them.
And Danny took those flames on like a champ, which means Jake didn't have the firepower he needed to knock the teenage ghost down for good.
Danny could overpower Jake's fire with his ecto projectiles, match Jake's duplicates with his own, and even slip past Jake's heightened senses with his invisibility.
And while Danny had all those counters, Jake didn't have any against Danny's will or possession.
Jake may be the American dragon for good reason, but he couldn't match up to Danny's impressive power, durability, and ghostly abilities.
It didn't take long for Jake to fall short in this fantastic battle.
The winner is Danny Phantom.
Easy clap. Let's see the big boy coming next, dude. It's gonna be huge.
By clicking the link down below. And if you want to watch more stuff, check the boxes right over there.
She-Ra versus Wonder Woman?
Okay. Wonder Woman, fucking easy clap.
Something like
I mean,
that.
She-Ra is, but she gotta get shit on.
She's super popular right now.
Really?
Yeah, like
Sucks. This L's gonna hurt.
I think it's actually like a remake of an old character, but like she's like fucking huge right now in terms of whatever. Especially as kind of like she's kind of like a female like idol. I think maybe LGBT idol as well, because I think she's into girls if I remember correctly or whatever. So it's kind of interesting because it is actually kind of like and these are both, I mean, obviously Wonder Woman is obviously a female icon as well in terms of like breaking into the superhero category, arguably. I mean, inarguably, right? I mean, she's got to be the most famous or the most iconic female superhero of all time, right? And who else would there be that would be anywhere near that level? It's Wonder Woman, for sure. So, yeah, it's an interesting matchup for sure. Interested to see how that ends up going. I think Wonder Woman. I guess I don't know. I don't know anything about She-Ra for the most part. Like I know that it exists, and I know it's quite popular. I've really only ever seen good things about it, honestly. So, I think that Wonder Woman is insanely powerful. I mean, she scales at least semi-decently to Superman. So She-Ra's going to have to be pretty insane for that to be an interesting matchup. But for this battle, I'm shocked that they doubled down on the light speed thing. Should I say I'm shocked? It's Death Battle. I'm not shocked, but like it kind of makes like I'm kind of interested now. Like, would their analysis have changed if they used more reasonable speeds for them? Like, maybe Jake Long, Jake Long is actually like could use his left tackle skills. No, I'm just kidding. Could is actually like faster than Danny Phantom. Would that have made a difference, or do they not care about that? Because a lot of these battles, it seems, comes down to whether or not the person can even kill the other person. You know what I mean? Like, he took the hit from this, and this other guy could only put out this much damage, so therefore he can't beat him. And then, like, that's just the end of the discussion, essentially. But if you included in the speeds and you ignored the fact that they basically just go one number's bigger than the other one for their power and durability factor or whatever, would it potentially change the outlook of the battle? Because there's no way you watch that and you go, those lasers are light speed. If you think those lasers are light speed, you're crazy. They pop up onto the screen. You can see them move across the screen. Like, they're not even close. They're not even lightning speed. And that's, like, dwarfed. They're not even, like, Mach speed. They're fucking super slow compared to light speed. It's not even fucking close. So, it's one thing with, like, manga to anime, because you can't make that definitive statement, because what you say is, well, that's just the animation thing. But in the actual manga, since you only see the fucking beam on the thing, then it's a still shot. Therefore, there's no way you could know if it was actually going light speed or not, because you can't watch it on the screen. But this is a cartoon. The cartoon is the canon material. You can see it on the screen. That is how fast it's going. You could calculate. All you would have to do is look at the beam, see how fast it moves across the screen, calculate that, and the amount of time that it took to move across the screen or whatever, and that's how fast it's moving. That's the end of that story. Like, there's no, like, extra stuff you have to do. Like, that's it. So, that shit wasn't light speed. That's for fucking sure. But overall, it's a solid battle. I think their voice acting was pretty interesting. Obviously not the greatest animation one, but it was pretty good still. Flowed well, and I liked the voice acting because I thought they were like cocky to each other or whatever, which I thought was pretty funny. The Danny Phantom voice actor I felt was pretty on point too. I don't know much about the other guy, so I can't say like if he sounded a lot like his character as well. But yeah, overall pretty solid battle. Can't talk much more about the actual analytics and who I would think would win. I wanted Danny Phantom to win, so I can't complain about that either. So overall, solid battle, and just a little bit on that light reaction thing. So yeah, other than that, we'll check out Wonder Woman and She-Ra when it comes out. Tell us to right. Okay, show on the dark side.